Hello, I'm Leslie Burton from leslieburton.com, and today I want to ask you a question. Does anxiety hit you in waves? Sudden, tight chest, racing thoughts, um, that something wrong feeling? Um, and if that is right for you, then this video is for you. So I want to be clear before I start here is this isn't medical advice on here. This is not to replace any sort of professional support that you may have. This is a grounded, body-based reset that you can use just in the moment to help your system to just come down a notch, to just calm a little. And I'm going to walk you through a simple 3-minute grounding reset that you can do anywhere you are, whenever the stress, the anxiety hits you. I'll explain how it works, so you're not just trying some random technique and hoping for the best with it. Okay, so first of all, what is an anxiety spike? So an anxiety spike is often it's like your nervous system going into alarm. Sometimes there's a very clear trigger. Sometimes it's like a cumulative stress. So it's a bit like the frog in the water. If you heat it up slowly, you don't realize he doesn't realize he's in it and he just boils. Um, Sometimes it's your body picking up on something before your mind has the words for it. Yeah, so your body knows that there is something there that is wrong, but your brain hasn't connected to it yet. Whatever it is, the body is acting like there's danger. So it's that fight, flight, freeze um, technique that we have honed. So it is beautiful over so many thousands of years. Um, So the goal here isn't to argue with your thoughts and say, this isn't stressful, don't be ridiculous. The goal is to send your body in a signal of safety. That's what that's what grounding is. It's about coming back to the present moment through the body. So let's do this quick minute reset then. So it should take around about 3 minutes. We can do it. We can work through that together on here. So if you're not wanting to do it right now, you might want to whiz through the next few minutes to get the rest of the video. But we're going to do that together. So what I want you to do first of all is just close your eyes. And I want you to take a nice deep breath in. So one hand on your chest or on your belly or both if you prefer. I quite like doing both. It feels really comforting. It's almost like giving yourself a hug, isn't it? So we're going to do a breathe through the nose. So for a count of 4. So we go 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to release for a count of 6. So you can either do this through the mouth to keep it just to sort of help the reset, or to keep it nice and smooth. You can do it your through your mouth closed, or through your nose, whichever you want, whichever is preferable for you. So let's go in. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to do that 5 times. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last one, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can do that when you're doing this, you can do that in your own time. And if the counting feels stressful, just make the exhale a little longer than the intake. Why does this help? It helps because the longer exhale activates the body's rest and digest response. So it's letting your system know that right now I'm safe enough to soften. Yeah, right now I'm safe enough to soften. So then let's just slowly look around. So I want you to just look around the room you're in, and I want you to name 5 things you can see. So it could be like, so let me look around here. I have a water bottle, I have a mobile phone, I have a calendar, a diary, and a printer. Okay, so 5 things you can see. I then want you to think of, I think then want you to name and actually name them 4 things that you can feel. So it could be feet on the floor, clothes on my skin, chair supporting me. What's another one? Calm in my body. If that is right for you, or it could be anxiety in my body, whichever is right for you. It's something you feel. Or it could be hand on your chest. Yeah. Then I want you to name 3 things that you can hear. Now, I can hear traffic noise when I listen. I can also hear birds singing. And I can hear, let me listen. Oh, I can hear the wind in the trees. Okay, so 3 things that you can hear. So why does it help? Why does this help you? So the anxiety pulls you back into the future. So orientate yourself. Sorry, anxiety pulls you into the future because that's what you're worried about. You're not worried about what's happening actually now at this moment, generally speaking. You are worried about how it's going to affect you, what is going to happen in the future, things like that. So it takes you into the future. So by naming those things, orientating yourself, it brings you back into the room you are in, back into the present moment. Nothing else matters but the present moment, because we can stress and get anxiety as much as we want about the future, but actually, who knows what the future is going to be? And generally speaking, we stress about it, and we don't need to. Sometimes we do, but stressing about it, does it help? This is the point. So step 3 then is a containment phrase and a choice. So giving your mind a job to do. So now say to yourself quietly or in your mind, whichever you prefer, this is anxiety. It's uncomfortable, but it's not dangerous. And then, what's one small thing I can do in the next 10 minutes that supports me? And it could be things like, I can drink some water. I could step outside for some fresh air. You could wash your hands in warm water so it's comforting. You could sit with your back supported. So if I sit in my chair, support my back rather than leaning forward, which is a terrible thing to do. You could message someone safe. So if there is someone in your life that makes you feel safe, message them and just say, I just want to tell you I'm feeling a bit anxious at the moment, but I'm okay. Eat something really simple. Our body finds food grounding if it's the right thing. So, something that is, generally speaking, it's something that is good for you is what it finds grounding. Those are the grounding foods. So it could be some fruit, it could be some vegetables, it could be, anything that is good for you. Because a simple meal, but anything that tends to be that we tend to think of as good for our body, that is what your body likes. Um, so I've told you what to do. What about some things that are not what you should do right now? So when anxiety sort of spikes, a few things that tend to make it worse are trying to soothe your whole life in one moment. Okay, so telling yourself everything is fine, everything is wonderful. What am I stressing about? Yeah, that's just a little bit too much for you to cope with right now. What you could say is, I am good now. My life is wonderful as I look at it now. Look at that beautiful view out of the window. Look at that water set in front of me. Whatever it is that helps you to make feel yourself feel good in the moment. But looking at the whole picture is not going to help. Doom scrolling. Oh, yes. Flicking through the social media and going, oh my God, everyone else is having such a wonderful life. They're all wonderful. They're all doing it. What am I doing wrong? Yes, does it sound familiar? That is not a good thing to do. Forcing yourself to make big decisions. If you are sitting in anxiety, the last thing you want to do is make a big decision. Calm yourself and make the decision from a calm body. Judging yourself for feeling anxious. So we all get there. Everybody, everybody feels anxious at some point. There is nothing wrong with that. It is not something you need to fix. It's just a case of making yourself aware of it so that you can then reset yourself, ground yourself, and allow the anxiety to move through you and away. Yeah. Don't push it down. Allow it to move through you and go. Because why do you need to feel it? Not, I'm feeling that. I need to shove it right down here. Okay. So if the spike keeps returning to you, if you're doing the resets and anxiety keeps coming back, and I don't mean, or it doesn't mean that you're failing then. It may mean that your system needs more consistent regulation, more rest, more input from you, more support, more integration. A helpful question to ask yourself might be something like, what has my nervous system been carrying lately that I haven't acknowledged? Okay, so what has been coming up for you time and time again? What have you been doing that has been giving you a lot of anxiety recently? Sometimes the most powerful thing is not another technique, it's creating a gentler rhythm. Yeah, the outside rhythm, gentle, not rushing. So if you're, and yeah, and here's a good one because like a lot of you that are watching this, you may be very sensitive to energy, because that's why you're feeling the pull towards me. And if you don't think you are at the moment, there's a great possibility that you are and you just don't realize what's happening at the moment. So if you are sensitive to energy, anxiety can sometimes feel like you're picking up on too much. It could be other people, the environment, the collective. But grounding brings you back to your own center. You don't have to process everything to be a good person. That is not what being a good person is about. And if you would like a supportive space to practice grounding, nervous system softening consistently, I'd love to invite you into my new multidimensional circle community with Patrice and myself. We run it. It is a free space for you to be able to share how you're feeling, to comment on other people's posts, to just share anything you want to share, make full use of all the free meditations, comments, card pulls that we are putting inside it. or just simply be at home in there and allow yourself to be who you are. You do not have to. There is no push to do anything you do not want to. You can just sit and look and feel the space. Whatever is right for you is where we would like you to be with it. I will put all the details below if you would like to come into that. Patrice and I would love to have you in there. So that is me for today. Thank you for joining me. Please do feel free to subscribe, like below. It does help me get out to other people that may find this helpful. So thank you so much for that. And goodbye for this week.